Since this is a critical issue in the district here, I'll read the full question. Governor Dayton and Olmsted County favor a high-speed zip rail passenger train between the Twin Cities and Rochester. This train could, if it is at grade level, cut CD2 into and cause horrendous hardship to the residents in its path. And if it is an elevated bed, the cost will more than double, even triple. According to proponents, this project is to be funded by private investors. Would you believe Communist China? That's part of the question. And no state or local public funds are to be used. However, the FRA will be involved, and if any federal funds are in play, the horrors of eminent domain may apply. Will you oppose this project, and what can you do to keep the federal funds out of this project? John, 1 minute.
Certainly I would not support the project, and I'll do everything in my power to make sure that federal funds aren't available for that project. You know, one of the things that you hear from people that like government solutions to, you know, problems is that we're going to get federal dollars for that. Well, you may get federal dollars for the creation, but not for the operation or the continued operation. And, you know, I may just say this off the top here, but, you know, if you look at the land acquisition or what it would take to build a zip rail or high-speed rail, you could probably provide bus service for a few hundred years just in what the acquisition cost is going to be. So I don't think there's a demonstrated need here. Again, it's a solution in search of a problem, and I would not support it.
Jason?
You know, I fought really hard against the AWA Goodhue wind power farm with my column in the Star Tribune on my radio program, and thanks to the people down here who actually did the hard work, you stopped that for now. The same is true here. I mean, what's $4.2 billion among friends, right? That's supposedly the cost, not to mention the E-5 visas where we hand out green cards like candy to anybody that throws in some money, and there's been a number of scandals there. Part of the problem is when it comes to transportation at the federal level is we've adopted this mass transit account in the Highway Trust Fund. And that's where your federal gas tax dollars are going, being siphoned off for these rail projects. And that's why they keep saying we got to raise taxes, but we don't build roads.
Darlene?
I would definitely oppose this zip line. Again, it's a government oversight, a government deciding what we should do in this community rather than letting the people of the state or the county or the communities decide what's best for them. Instead of putting that money into a zip rail, what about our bridges and our roads and our other infrastructure that needs to be improved? We need to get government to stop deciding in D.C. what needs to happen here.
Gene, 30 seconds.
We need to go ahead with a superhighway system, not a zip rail. We need to double the lanes on 494, 694. We need to have a super highway system going from major city to major city across this country. And we better do it quick because time is money. And the people's money is going basically nowhere and going in the negative when you have to sit and sit in freeways that aren't even moving.
David?
Transportation is inherently local, and we need to get the federal government out of transportation. And there's a conservative bill out there that does just that. It's called the Transportation Empowerment Act. What it does is it lowers gasoline taxes from 19.3 cents to 2.9 cents over time and transfers responsibility back to the states where it belongs. We need to get behind these true conservative solutions and move back to local control and ensure that we follow the 10th Amendment.
Pam, 30 seconds.
Thank you. Gas taxes are collected on people who drive cars and trucks, and those taxes, those revenues should be used to build roads and bridges, not transit.